Thank you, Nina. Please welcome to the podium Little Elm High School's highest ranking graduate for the class of 2014, our valedictorian, Skye Johnson.
Before me, there's a sea of blue and gold. You know the feeling you get when staring at the face on the magazine cover, the strange sensation that the person you're looking at, regardless of whether that picture was taken months ago or thousands of miles away, is looking out at you too? I think there are three likely reactions to being confronted with this flat, overly smiley observer. Some of us will be creeped out, maybe flip the magazine over or throw it under the bed to stay for an indeterminate amount of time with the Chucky-esque dolls and other abandoned relics of childhood. A few people I know might stare right back at the magazine cover, happy to get some uninterrupted eye contact for once. And lastly, there will be some of us that are more easily entranced, moving our heads back and forth in front of the printed person's face, waiting for the strange connection between observer and observed to be broken. That's how I feel right now. You all, the graduates of the Little Elm High School class of 2014, make up the image I feel the gaze of as I look out at the picturesque sea of blue and gold. Like the people on magazine covers, there are many of you I never got to know in the past 4 years. Many of you who are probably hearing my voice for the first time. We don't really know each other, and yet here you are, and here I am, sharing this strange and beautiful moment in which few of us are able to separate our jumbled emotions as we stand on the thin line between the past and the future. Before I try to tie up the loose ends of my metaphor, I wish to take a moment to extend thanks to the incredible people whose dedication to us as both students and hormonal teenagers made this moment possible. Much credit goes to the gracious members of the Little Elm ISD School Board, as well as Little Elm High School's administration and staff, who tirelessly patrol the halls, scanning for IDs, food escape from the cafeteria, and dress code violations. The unsung heroes of the past 13 years, however, are the countless teachers and loved ones that tackled the strenuous task of saving us from ourselves along the way. Though I certainly can't express the beauty in my fellow graduates' experiences with each of you, I'd like to extend a blanket declaration of gratitude. Thank you for dragging us over the hurdles, guiding us toward our accomplishments, and staying with us through the heartaches, heartbreaks, and heart-to-hearts. I'd like to thank my parents for nurturing my passions and bearing with me through the stages of project-induced grief. Many of you may be familiar with the process, denying the existence of the project, angrily denouncing said assignment as some obscure form of child abuse, hopelessly willing a miraculous snowstorm to freeze every inch of road between your house and the high school, and finally accepting the fact that even if such a miracle were to occur, you wouldn't feel any more motivated to tackle it then than you do now. So you ultimately pull up your big kid pants and get it done. Next, I'd like to give big figurative hugs to my irreplaceable little brother and my beautiful best friend, one for refusing to be anything but dependable, even if in the form of never-ending renditions of songs by Lana Del Rey, and the other for understanding me better than anyone else in the world. A few more hugs to the handful of amazing people I'm proud to call close friends. I love you all. Finally, I must draw attention to a few of the most influential and passionate teachers I've had the privilege of learning from. Our wonderful tassel turner, Mrs. Sarah Zimmerman. Our very deserving Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Julie Brown. And finally, the dynamic duo that's running the show behind me, Mr. Frank Belize and Mr. Celestino Sosa. In the words of Hitchcock, thank you very much indeed. Graduates of Little Elm High School's class of 2014, today is above all about celebrating us in all of our pre-real world glory. Do not underestimate the weight of your accomplishments thus far, nor your potential to make even more waves in the world around you. Remember the feeling of being observed by the person gazing out at you from the magazine cover. Not in person, but within this peculiar in-between state in which, even if only for a second, you connected with someone you've never spoken to, someone thousands of miles away. In the process, that stranger revealed something about you. I don't feel qualified to attempt to share any of life's lessons with you because at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat, with an only endless horizon ahead. I would, however, like to share a small piece of my personal philosophy and hopefully make sense of this very extended metaphor I introduced. I believe that people enter and exit our lives for reasons sometimes cryptic or disguised, but reasons nonetheless. The way we interact with the people whose lives intersect with ours pieces together the most beautiful and complex pictures one can observe. Each of you is a puzzle that's never quite completed. Your pieces are revealed through experiences as significant as graduating or as fleeting as making eye contact with the face in the magazine. Every hello, every first kiss, every tear, every smile, every laugh becomes a piece of your puzzle. It is all we can do to marvel at the beauty of our own complexity and that of others. Treasure each new piece of your puzzle and encourage others to treasure theirs. Finally, never let a piece of your puzzle slip away. Congratulations, graduates. Once again, we made it.